My dear friends, welcome to Study IQ. I am Prashant Mawani, and before moving ahead, please allow me to introduce all of you to our pen drive and tablet courses for different exams like SSC, Bank, UPSC, and other government exams. Study IQ provides best pen drive and tablet courses, and the good thing about them is that they are prepared by best faculties of our country. If you want to know more about them, all you have to do is give us a call on this number or check out studyiq.com website. Now, starting with the first item that we have got is coming from Prime Minister's office. Prime Minister was in Gujarat. He inaugurated, or he dedicated, the IIT Gandhinagar campus. Every time we see the inauguration of IIT, IIM, or other institutions which we now know as an institution of national importance, right? These are the institutions that are going to prepare future corporate people. They are going to prepare the finest human resources for our country, and these guys will produce more jobs. They will be behind all the innovation, technological innovation, and of course this is not the end. This is a sort of ongoing process. We need more IITs. We need other institutions as well that give a tough competition to this IITs. So with the help of this competition with IIT, we will find the best faculties would be training best people of our country, best students, best minds, and this will be eventually beneficial for our country. Now, the Prime Minister said that the country cannot afford to have a digital divide. That is right as well, because nowadays everything is we are in a phase of transition. We are heading towards digitization. Everything is becoming digital. But I would like to mention here that of course, it is a good thing. It has its both merits and demerits. It makes life easier, but at the same time, we have to ensure that it should not be detrimental to employment. We may deploy all this digital technology, which are very necessary, but it should be designed in such a way that there is a need of human beings, right? There should be someone who can operate them, or a person should be required to operate this sort of technologies. But at the same time, we have to ensure that these digital technologies are resilient to the temptations of corruption and malpractices and other things of human beings. So we have to find out a way out of it, and we know that at many places they are working quite well, and at many other places they are creating trouble when it comes to creating jobs. So this is an issue, and this is not something that can be dealt or that can be sorted out easily. It has to, the people who are working in this sector and all the stakeholders together, they have to work as a team and find out ways how we can deploy more and more technologies, but it should not snatch away jobs. Apart from that, he has also said, Prime Minister has said that Digital India is a guarantee of transparency, good governance, and effective service delivery. And that is right. I'll give you a small example. Nowadays we are seeing that everything, when I say that everything, I mean to say at present, the way we are interacting with each other with the help of this internet and YouTube, basically when I say we, I mean to say the Study IQ and all of you interacting because of this e-education, isn't it? The possibility of e-education. In the same way, we are also seeing, and many places this project has started as well, of e-health, right, where you can consult any good doctor. If you are living in a village as well, then you would be able to you will have an access to doctor who are sitting far in an urban area. So these are the things that is going on around us. These are a few examples, but when it comes to transparency, governance, and effective service delivery, then you know that going to government office, there was a time that you have to stand in a long queue. You have to go back and forth. They will ask you, give this document, produce this thing, etc., etc. And finally, you would say that how much do I have to pay to sort this thing out? So the main root cause behind corruption, I must say, is delay, right? What I see is delaying the whole delivery system of the service delivery system was one of the root cause, and people were fed up with. There is a time, right? People expect that this particular thing should be sorted out in this many days or hours or whatever. So this was not happening, and delay in service delivery was the root cause, because everyone has something and something to do with their life. They have to look after their kids, they have to go to the job, etc. So going back and forth and knocking the doors of different babus was very difficult, and this was one of the main reasons of corruption. But with the help of this digital technology, things are getting in line, and Pradhan Mantri has also said that he's going to launch a digital Gramin PM Gramin Digital Saksharta Abhiyan, and he's going to have some people who are going to educate other people. And this is the thing that we need. It is going to change. It is empowering people when they have access to internet, when they have access to all the information, right? Then information will turn into knowledge, and knowledge will turn into wisdom. And in the end, in a longer term, we can say that our whole society will become more wise, and it would be a more knowledge-based society. And that would be the time when we would be able to call ourselves a sort of developed nation. So this is a good move. Moving on to another item, Defense Minister visited. She took an aerial survey of the Doklam Nathula. Right, here is Nathula, and Nathula is important for Kailas Mansarovar pilgrim, isn't it? It was due to this Doklam standoff, this route was closed, and this route is very important for these pilgrims who are going to Kailas Mansarovar, because this one is the most safest in terms of we have two routes. One is going from Uttarakhand, and the other one is this one. This one is easier, though it is longer. It is easier, safer, it is more fun sort of route. The other one that is going through this Uttarakhand is more dangerous. So this was a big relief, but because of this Doklam, this was closed by China. But now things are sorted out, and yesterday as well, this was in news that the government said that everything is fine. The status quo has been maintained. And the important thing why we have today, I thought that I should take this on board and we should discuss about this thing, is because Siliguri corridor. Now, what is Siliguri corridor? So if you see India here, then you find that it is through this corridor all the goods and services are taken or are sent or brought from northeastern part and the rest of our country. So this is the main route that is connecting, and it is known as Chicken's Neck because first of all it is a sort of mountainous area, and the second thing is that it is a very narrow belt here. So you have all the traffic and other problems here, and if China is able to, say for example, conquer this part, then in future, just in case if we have any sort of war or any that sort of situation, then China can easily target this Siliguri corridor, and once it gets this Chicken's Neck in their hand, then they can cut off the northeastern part of our country with the rest of the country, and they can take over this part, right? This is the most simple language I'm using to explain this thing to you. So this is one of the main reason, and apart from that, there is a sort of friendship agreement, friendship treaty between India and Bhutan. We know that Bhutan is a very tiny country, so naturally it won't be able to stand in terms of powerful and mighty China. So we have a friendship treaty that if there is any sort of problem to Bhutan, then India will stand by its side, and India has done that thing. India has stood by Bhutan for the longest period of time. And in 2007, that is 10 years ago, we gave a sort of refreshment to this treaty or friendship agreement between these two countries. Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Now this one, of course, because Anant Kumar, who is the Minister of Chemical and Fertilizer, that's why this particular item is published in PIB under this Chemical and Fertilizers section, but it is about loan and jobs. Now he has Mr. Kumar has appreciated efforts of banks, right, particularly in Karnataka, because Karnataka at present is the #1 state in the country when it comes to disbursing highest number of loans. Remember friends, this sort of questions you do find in your prelims examination, that which state comes #1 when it comes to distribution of loans, highest number of loans. And many times you are given this sort of option like 1, 2, 4, 3 and 4. This sort of options are given to you. So if you know that Karnataka is number 1, and if in the question, if Karnataka, say for example, is number 3, so if you have to arrange it in terms of highest to lowest, then you know that this 3 should be first, isn't it? It should be here, then it should be 4 or 2 or 1, whatever it is, rest, right? So with this many times, if you know one answer, or if you are sure about one thing, then as well you can go ahead and make sure that the 2 points are in your pocket. So keep this in mind. And apart from that, we have talked about Mudra, so I'm not going into the details of Mudra Yojana, but this is another important item for you, and you should keep this in mind when you want to argue about job creation. And this is coming from Mr. Kumar, and he is a minister, so we know that whatever he is saying is going to be it is coming from the Government of India. And Government of India says that Mudra scheme alone has generated more than 8 crore 50 lakh self-employment, right? So in the sense, people are able to stand on their own feet because of the small help that is given, financial help given under this Mudra Yojana. So keep this in mind. It helps in job creation. This is the most important point here. And the other item is from Ministry of Minority Affairs, and the new Hajj policy is out. Hajj Policy 2018-2020. This committee was headed by Afzal Amanullah. He was a former secretary, and the key highlights is that a subsidy that is given on Hajj pilgrimage will be phased out. Gradually it will end. By 2022 it will end, and it will end because a Supreme Court in 2012 has said that that the center should abolish the Hajj subsidy gradually by 2020. And the key points here are, the second point is that a woman who is 45 years of age or above that age would be allowed to visit, or would be allowed to take this pilgrimage if she is accompanied by other 4 women, right? Without a man as well, she would be allowed to go there, because it is because they are going in Saudi Arabia and they are very strict about this thing. So that is one of the reason. And as per the instructions of religious instruction, there should be a male person who is also termed as Mehram. Mehram basically means a person with whom this particular lady can never marry. Could be either father, brother, or son. So someone should be there to accompany the ladies. So now they are allowed if they are 45 or above that age. If they are in group of 4, then they would be allowed. And Prime Minister has said that this is going to be a better, transparent, and one ensuring safety of all pilgrims. Now let me tell you that this Hajj takes place in Saudi Arabia. We have talked about Saudi Arabia a lot. You know that you have Persian Gulf here, you have Red Sea. It is one of the major oil producing country in the world, and the capital is Riyadh. It is this whole thing is empty stretch. It is called empty quarters, or you can say that most of this part is desert here. And this is the guide to Hajj. It starts from this Makkah, then people travel to Mina, then they go to Mount Arafat. It is one of the most important place, because Prophet Muhammad, his last sermon was here, and then they take the route back, and eventually they reach here to Makkah, and that's how this Hajj takes place. So I hope this is crystal clear to all of you guys. I have a couple of questions for you. Do take out time and do provide me your answers. And here is a descriptive one. You can answer it as briefly as possible. With this, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do not forget to share. Please do share this video lecture, as well as this PDF file of this lecture with your friends, and you can share it on your social media as well. But that will help us, but more than that, it will help those students who need guidance on regular basis. Do share, do give us your like if you have learned something from this video, and also pass your valuable comments and answers. Keep your city green and clean, and keep calm and stay curious. This is Prashant Mauni signing off. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I won't see you tomorrow, but I'll see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Goodbye for now.